Steve Morley, I've unmuted you.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Brilliant. Okay, welcome everybody. Good Friday. I know you're with family and celebration, so we're not going to be long. Really, the call was put together, and it was the first window of opportunity I had. And it really is a subject matter that invitation is always something that really should be worked on continually. But also spend some time on when you're actually going through your getting started training. So I'm not going to really be going into, I want to actually just cover a couple of areas and then set yourself some homework. And we can do some breakout Zooms for over the weekend and into next week. So this is going to be an ongoing, but I really just wanted to get the ball rolling and maybe start that initial communication on it. But before we handle that tonight, I just asked Steve Morley to jump on. He's been very busy throughout the week and extremely busy with many CS, resolving some things today for us on Good Friday. So thank you, Steve, for working throughout the day. Steve, I just wanted you to jump on, say hi to everybody, because there's a lot of new names here that have not seen you or heard of you. So just introduce yourself briefly and any updates that you may be able to share. And then we'll close off with the exciting promotion of the Platinum promotion, and we'll let you go. So I'm going to just hand it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Dave, and hi, everybody. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for being on the call. It's Good Friday, and I know we're all on lockdown. I hope you're all safe and well. For me, it's been great. I mean, everyone's working this weekend, and it's been non-stop, which is fantastic, and I appreciate everybody's efforts. From our perspective, good news really is the delivery delays we were encountering at the borders seem to have eradicated now. So I really appreciate everyone's effort on that and everyone's patience. There was a few days delay and longer for some, but everyone seems to be getting their product on time. And the same for the tests. The tests there's no backlog at the moment at all, which is great. The business is still flying this month. So I know it's only the 10th of the month. It's very early, but people seem to be engaged. Everyone's using Zoom and online very well. And, you know, everyone's looking for this sort of business. And I'm really excited about that. I will be working this weekend. You've all got my email. If you need anything or anything's not right, then feel free to contact me. Dave will be sharing with you, I think later today, the flyer, that we've been working on for a promotion, which a lot of you know about. But I'd like, 40, 50, 60 of you to come over to Stockholm when the flight restrictions have finished and come and look at our founder's house and spend some time with him, and come to Vitas, the laboratory, and to come to headquarters and meet the team. The people is what attracted me to this business. The product and the test is what I'm really excited about. But as I said to Dave earlier today, what I'm getting now is I'm getting leaders from all the others in Zeno Markets who've built huge businesses, really focusing a lot of their attention now on the UK market. Obviously, you met Eve Nielsen a couple of weeks ago on a call, 83,000 customers. Why does he do it now? Why does he want to do UK? Simple, because he believes in this market, he believes in the people in this market, and he knows that the products and the business opportunity that we have is perfect for the UK market. So we have probably 3-4 months till the flight restrictions are over now. And I'd encourage you all to learn the business. I know it's very easy to kind of think about the business and then kind of think and then doubt and then do nothing and think and doubt and do nothing. And especially when the sun's shining and the barbecue's on and the kids are playing outside. But honestly, I'd encourage everybody, because right now I think this is the best opportunity in the UK. I can't see anything better. And, I'm excited. So I'm here to support you. I'm here to serve all of you. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here and the business wouldn't be here. So I'd like to congratulate you all on the past few months. I think you've done tremendously well. But we're at the beginning, or we're not even at the start of the beginning, but we're getting there. And, I can't wait to meet you all in person at our launch in a couple of months. or whenever we're told we can, because we're ready now. So it's exciting times, and I'd like to thank Dave for all his effort and the amount of time he spends talking to me about people and supporting people and fixing little things. And they're little things, obviously, but they're big things to customers. So, great to be here. And, I hope you will get what you want from the business, and what you want is really up to you. So I'll hand you back to Dave.
Thanks, Steve. And I just want to clarify that I don't talk to Steve about you. In that context.
No, things are happening.
I talk about how can we help them. So while Steve's on, actually, Steve, I don't know if you've got the numbers, but we heard that March was a record-breaking month. Do you have the number of how many new customers that the company signed?
Off the top of my head, I don't recall. I think it was like 30,000 or something like that, but I need to double check that. I know that every month this year has been a record month.
So it'd be safe to say then over 20,000 in March.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we think about that pro rata, folks, the company's been going 8 years with this concept. Now just broken over 200. Actually, I think Orion said there's 263,000 monthly customers. So it took them 8 years to do that. If we did let's say we did 20,000 conservatively in March, pro rata that out for 12 months, there's 240,000 going to be added in the next 12 months. So the growth is coming. I will share quickly while Steve's on the call, because he's done a lot of work getting this done for us. I have been on his case a lot. But, when Steve came on board, I said, Steve, I would love to have an incentive for those in the field to have something to shoot for. And at that time, we said that the physical event was going to be in end of April, actually around this time, because we couldn't decide whether it was going to be last weekend before Easter break or afterwards, and moved into the first weekend of May. And so whenever that was, I said, I'd love to have a promotion that will incentivize people that is really not a lot of structure to it to be rewarded for that very well-recognized award, and that is flying to the founder's home and I've been chasing, and Nigel and Sue and the other guys have been saying, look, we want a flyer. And I think Steve's been holding out on me a little bit, and or he's been working on a lot of things. I know he has, but I said, look, I just want a flyer. You know what? Confess it with the tongue. It happens eventually. But I said, I just want something to look like one of their campaigns. If you go into your back office, by the way, you click on campaigns, everything's always going to be there. The ongoing campaigns, the campaign of the particular month. So this is the flyer, and we'll get it out to everyone. But go platinum. And if you're new to the business, don't worry about the criteria or understanding everything right now. But there are 3 steps we must do. 1, we must be on our own auto order. Hopefully you're all on that. You're all business partners. 2, go X-Team Express. So if you've been in a little bit longer than 60 days, of course, the X-Team Express is only really specific to your first 60 days. After that, you can't go X-Team Express and get that added incentive, financial incentive, but you still can go X-Team. You still need to go and get 10 subscriptions. So X-Team Express means you've achieved it in a 60-day period or sooner and got yourself the additional incentive financially. But if you miss it, doesn't matter. All you're losing out on or leaving on the table is that extra couple of €100, but you still need to go and get X-Team done. Why? X-Team means you now have your monthly subscription as a business partner, covering your products, covering your auto order, covering your mobile app, and covering your Zinzino Hub back office is all paid for. You only pay for shipping. So that's why that 10 is a magic number. The other thing is it unlocks your ECB, your enrollment credit bonus. So second step, go get 10 subscriptions. Third step, the rank of platinum. Now the ranks are monthly. So we've got a whole period of time to do that. But the good thing about this is Steve's already said, he has told the company we want a physical launch. The company will also suggested we have an online launch. So we will get people online. But I've said with Steve that we want a physical location that we can all come together, have an incredible day's event, and have a night of celebrating the victories that we've created. So we don't know when that's going to be. We don't know when that's going to be. So the great thing about this promotion, there's no end time yet. But let's set a expectation of probably the end of June, maybe July. So we've got at least 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks to get it done. And so the third thing is we need to go platinum. But the thing is, you don't hit a rank on your own, you hit it as a team. And so the 3 steps are: 1, be on auto order; 2, get 10 subscriptions personally; 3, hit the rank of platinum. And you're going to get, all you've got to do is get to the airport, everything from that point, the flight, accommodation, visiting the founder's home. I've been there. It's a 10 million euro home on the Nordic Ocean, just an exquisite property without being too ostentatious. And when you walk in there, you know that the people who live there, it's not even, they're just good, down to earth people. So, but you see the fruit of their efforts. And then we're going to go on to Vitas and spend some time there with Thomas Goodison. And then we're going to the next day go to head office. And so you're going to run for a promotion, hit that promotion, be recognized economically and have a trip. But when you go out, your belief is that you know you can build the business, right? You've hit platinum. But when you go out and come back, you're going to come back with greater conviction than you went out, because all of a sudden you've now seen the tangible results of your efforts, that you've seen the laboratory, you can speak firsthand. So this is a promotion we all want to be talking about. We all want to be shooting for, working together. So Steve, I appreciate your help on putting this together. So, and the thing I will say is this has, I don't know if that went funny then. This is now a corporate promotion. You know, when Steve came on board, I asked about being incentivizing, this group of people. Of course, it's a team one. But now, Steve just mentioned, other leaders are coming into United Kingdom. Therefore, we've now got a corporate Facebook page. If you've not yet gone over and entered into there, put your personal partner ID and been approved, that's where Steve and corporate are going to be putting notifications and informations and updates. So that will be one of your first port of calls, and that is the United Kingdom official Facebook page. So this is going to be up in there, and you're going to be able to download it from there. Okay, so print it off, put it on somewhere on the board every morning, put it by your mirror where you shave, so you can remind yourself every day there's a goal to hit. So Steve, thank you for that, buddy. I know you've got other business calls. If you need to jump off, I appreciate you being on.
Thanks, Dave.
So let's go into the subject matter tonight of invitation. This has actually come about from Monday's evening One Mondo call. Now, Marco did an incredible training on the 10 key elements of leadership, and then the dialogue opened afterwards. And there's too many on here to open up for Q&A lengthy, but I will open it up in a minute because I'm not going to go into specifics. I'll let you ask me a question. But what I encourage everybody is, as of today, regardless if you've just gone through your getting started, or you're just getting started, or you did it 2-3 months ago, I would love you over the next 24, 48 hours is go through a getting started training. Go grab your Express Star. Page 34 is how to invite, whether it be a balanced presentation, and it gives you key elements, it gives you some scripts. Because what you have to do, and what Marco talked about, was you've got to find what flows naturally for you. But we also know there's 2 specific routes: customer gathering and obviously partner building. And there's going to be your warm, your cold, and, well, your close, warm, and cold market. Now, there's a number of things we do, and we go back to the old school of doing things. Make a list of everybody you know. That's in here as well. Booking out your diary. And I did a getting started training for Fitz just before this call. And I shared with her, I said, look, make a list of everybody you know. Then go to the memory jog. So Ready? Make a list of everybody you know. Everybody you know, and then go to the memory jogger and go through the alphabet. Now, Dave, that's old school. But this is what the top leaders teach in regards to, you know, the GoPros and the Eric Worres and all these guys, because it is that list that we're going to learn to talk to and invite, whether it be a customer or whether it be a partner. Then once you run out of names and leads and scenario, then you can look at other ways of attracting other people. But initially, you have enough raw material. What is the obstacle for people is their belief it will work for them, is their understanding how to position it, and being left to their own devices. And the biggest thing that came out on Monday was getting together and doing calls together, maybe role playing. So there's a good attendance tonight. Well done, everybody. There's 28 people on here. So I would suggest that if you're working in a team or you've got some people that have you've been sponsored by, is maybe get 4 or 5 of you together and schedule some times, and then just go through the Express Start together. Start learning some of the invitations. I mean, some of these invitations will teach you what to say to potential customer, how to connect with somebody on Facebook, and the conversation. It's about starting a conversation, but with your closest circle and your wall market. That we all know how to invite people to a barbecue. We all know how to invite people to a party. We know how to invite. What we're scared of is them saying no. We're scared of rejection. But when we actually learn how to have the posture, and the posture comes from what? The belief in the product, the belief in the company, the belief in whoever introduced you. And really right now, the best one to work with is having the belief in someone you're working with. Why? You may have only just taken your test. You haven't got your result back yet. And that will come as that process happens. So I would break into groups, reach out to 3 or 4 people, and start doing some Zooms for yourself and role playing. But I want to share with you 2 of the invitations I use, and I've used them from day one, because I asked Marco, how do you invite? What do you say? That's the question I asked Marco. And Marco told me, hey, if it's a customer, very simple. Is health important to you? Now, if that's a friend of mine, Mimi, how's doing? How's the kids? Dogs still crazy? Are they? Okay, look, hey, quick question. Look, someone asked me the other day, was health important to me? And asked if I would take a look at a short video. Now, this is, Mimi's my friend. So I'm not going to try and be a salesperson to Mimi. But you know what? They gave me a 2-minute video, really informative. Is health important? I'm sure health is important to you. Check out this 2-minute video and let's talk about it. So you've got to find things that flow naturally for your personality. But if you need guidelines, in this book, page 34, it will give you successful invitations. Just develop your confidence to do it. Now, when you break into your little sessions, then, I could have Dermot on, I could have Stuart on, I could have Shan on, and I could have Greg on. And I go, okay, guys, anyone been using a great invitation for customers right now? And maybe they share their invitation. Some will say, well, I struggle with inviting a customer because I really don't know how to position it or what to say. And the first thing I'll say to people is, you must have been approached. How were you approached? Because it got your attention, right? It got your attention, so build upon that. But here's mine. Stuart, how are you? Hey, buddy, just a quick question. Is health important to you? Yeah, it is. Hey, look, I don't know where you are right now, but if there was a test that we could take that could show whether we were in or out of balance, would you check out a 2-minute video? And if you like what you see, I'll give you a call a little bit later, answer any questions, and we can take it from there. That's all I say. That's all I say. I don't mention business. I don't do anything. But if I actually now flip through to the page, and hopefully some of you have probably gone your Express Start brochure now, or you've even opened it up on your digital and you've got it open. But they've got several ways of inviting to open dialogue, text. So they give you suggestions on how to call, how to text, how to video, how to send information. Now, here's my piece of advice. Now, everybody's different, right? Now, I know down the road, you may want to go to other avenues of learning how to generate attraction and attention. But for our inner circle, communication, I do not like text. The reason I don't like text is because text is very flat. It can be misinterpreted. It doesn't give any sense of emotion. So if I'm going to speak to anyone, and even if it's an old contact, I don't hit them up first with the product or the business, but I do use voice, whether it be Messenger or WhatsApp. WhatsApp's my favorite. So Stuart, here's Stuart. He's in my address book. It's been ages. I know he's into his sport. So shoot, I haven't spoken to him for 18 months. So I will do a voice memo and I will state the obvious. I always try to help people state the obvious, right? Hey, Stuart, how are you? It's Dave. Man, it's been 18 months, state the obvious. It's been 18 months. Boy, I don't know how things are going your end, but it'd be great to catch up. I was thinking about you the other day. That's it. If Stuart doesn't come back to me, what have I lost? Nothing. But what have I given away? Nothing. Some of us may do this text message. Hey, if I sent, there's no connection. So the first thing, reconnect. The second thing, Stuart brings me back. How are you? Now small talk. How are you girls, Stuart? What are you doing these days? How's things going with you? And with today's environment, you can ask some sensitive questions, but you can be bold because Stuart's not the only person generally going to be going through this. Because what? This is a global thing that we're going through. Hey, Stuart, I don't know how things are going with you, but, you know, this is what we're going through right now is affecting a lot of people. How's things your end? Well, you know, I'm still managing the work, but like a lot of people isolated and I'm still in construction or blah, blah, blah. Or I'm a I was obviously a carekeeper, a manager of a well-named club. But what he'll give me his response. And then I'll ask him, I say, so how's that made you feel? Or what do you got any plans to work around this right now? Or are you going to sit tight? Well, sit tight. What else can you do? So there's a scenario that I'm starting to fact find, right, for business, but I'm not doing that. Hey, yeah, I think a lot of people, I think many of us are in that position, right? I think a lot of people have established that, you know, we thought we were okay or with our financial security, and but you know what? Our rugs have been pulled out from under the table, underneath our feet. And you get them buying into the conversation. So I've jumped onto the business side of it. So let me stay on the customer side. So he calls me back. How are you, Stu? Yeah, great. Excellent. How are the kids? Good. Excellent. Hey, Stuart, I know it seems a bit weird that we haven't spoken for about 18 months, but you know what? The other day, I was approached by someone who asked me if health was important. And he showed me this 2-minute video on how the importance of being in balance. And immediately I started thinking about all the people I knew that were into their fitness, and you came to mind. Are you still into your fitness? So it's a conversation. So what we got to do, remember that posture? We've got to be bold enough to ask the questions. So you got to want to find the questions that you know you can say or you can ask with confidence and wait for their responses. But if it's a really good friend, hey, Stuart, how are the kids? Hey, you know, I know you're busy probably over the weekend going crazy, but I'll tell you what, look, the other day I was approached by somebody about my health, and I thought I was doing okay, particularly if you've had a test, right? I thought I was doing okay, but I took this independent blood test after watching a short 2-minute video, and I've been blown away that I thought I was fit, but I realized this report came back and showed me how unhealthy I was. I wanted to run it by you. There's a line here. I came across a wellness company who can, with an independent blood test that can test. Now, there's a lot of scripts in here that you go, well, I wouldn't say that. But if you read these scripts, there's going to be little bits you can take from every one and build it around your personality. And then practice in that group that you set up. Maybe set up an invitation group, maybe with 4 or 5 people. And I'll be happy to jump on any Zoom that you've got you sit on, and we can role play. We can do some calls. And the best thing to do is to do some calls with people. And I'm happy to do that. Somebody mentioned that on Monday, which has actually spurred this training, because people go, well, I need some training. And I'm thinking, if you need some, if you need some training, you've been in 4 months, what have you been doing? You've been sitting on your own, and what you've done, I'm just saying, what you've done is things get bigger and they get out of context, and this becomes a big elephant. Inviting should be fun. Inviting should be fun. Why? If you believe in this, you believe in that, and you know you can make money in regards to whether you're making as much as you want to or not, but you see people moving on, the corporation expanded, you know people can make money, so you know whichever category you're talking to, we can back it up. So this is, I tell people, the Bible. How to invite people. And Nigel Booth, by the way, did an incredible how to invite training several weeks ago. It's on YouTube. And if you go to YouTube and you go to, I'm just going to, because I know there's several people, quite a few people on here that have not gone to YouTube yet. But Sue has put a lot of work into YouTube. So YouTube, look for Team Zeno, Habit Zinzino, Zeno. We're not allowed to have Zinzino any titles. Team Zeno UK, and you'll obviously see the home. Go to playlist, and everything is categorized into subjects. So business opportunity, if you want to share somebody, how-to training. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to do a recording on several invitations on how to invite. I'm going to do a recording and I'm going to put it up in here. Just close that down. So everything is clearly categorized. You can access the how-to trainings. For example, how to register a customer, how to see, a lot of people ask me questions. I know they haven't been here. I know they haven't been here, right? There's 28 people on the call. There's only been 22 views. Right, 22 views. This has been up for 3 weeks. So the first stop is, if you want to know anything, go to YouTube, you want an influencer recording, it's here. You want a business presentation, it's here. You've done your 2 tests and you want to learn how to do your video testimonial, how to do a testimonial. It's all in here under certain categories. Okay, so I will do an invitation training tomorrow. I will record it and it will be put up here. So let me just, for those who haven't gone through their getting started training, let me just read some of the invitations for you. It will show you how to set up well, obviously we can't do physical parties right now, but we can do we can do online presentations, obviously, that we're holding throughout the week. So, for example, somebody asked me a question this afternoon about, will you cover inviting someone that you've never spoken to? Okay, text message, open dialogues through text message or messenger. Now, again, I still wouldn't text, but I may read some of this. So, hey, Stuart, I came across your profile here on Facebook. How are you? Guess what? If you get tumbleweed and no response, let it go. If they come back, great. Yeah, how? I state the obvious, right? Stuart, I don't know how or when we got connected on social media, but clearly we're friends. Tell me what you do so it may jog my memory. And you're going into building a conversation. Here it says step 2. What are you doing these? So this could be someone, that line could be anybody, right? Whether you know them, whether you don't know them. Hey, Stuart, what are you doing these days? What are you working on currently? And it goes through the whole script. So that's applicable to someone you know or don't know. It's also in the files in the back office. Thank you, Michelle. It shows you how to book a meeting. It shows you what to say. It shows you how to so basically it's all in here. Okay. But I'm going to give you my 2. And this is what I say to people. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Small talk. Always on this. Why? Because it's got intonation. I think, Stuart, because not all of you can't, let me share, because I can see all you, but you can't see you, can you? Can you see panel? Or you can? Okay. So you can see Stuart's head nod in a minute, because he can validate what I'm about to share with you. Who else did I share that with? I think it may have been Jeff, and there was someone else. Can't remember who it was. Just seeing who's on. But anyway, somebody gave me a lead on Friday. Somebody that I spoke to 7 months ago. I invite him every time we got a customer presentation, every time we have a partner presentation. Steve, how are you? How's things? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Just want to let you know tonight we have Sue Booth, a really incredible lady, one of my friends and good partners. She's going to be going through the 5-star products and the value of these products and what these products are proven to be able to do for you. I'd love for you to be on the call. You've got my link. Let me know if you're going to be on. Tumbleweed. Go, folks, you're not the only person who gets no shows. Guess what? Thursday night, Nigel Booth is doing a business presentation. Hey, Steve, how are you? It's Dave. Sorry you didn't make the call Tuesday. Do you know what I do? I go back periodically and tell me until they use expletives and put a word in front of off. Okay? Because I've got something that can improve their well-being, right? So anyway, he calls me he doesn't call me. He sets up a Facebook chat and puts in there, Dave, this is Angie. She's looking at income opportunities. Could you put some links in here? This is a guy who hasn't bought the product. This is a guy who hasn't even looked at the business. He set up a Facebook Messenger chat and he said, Dave, Angie is looking for income opportunities. Could you put some links in here? How many of you would have put links in? You knew that was a Dermot would. Okay. You know that's a trick question, right? So now, how many of you would have said, oh, thank you for that, Steve. Hi, Angie. Nice to meet you. How you doing? You set up a call. Okay. Stephen Wilson. Okay. So I did that, right? But Stuart, I know you're nodding your head. I did a voicemail. Hey, Stuart. Hey, Steve. Thanks for setting this up. Angie, nice to meet you. And Steve, you know what? I would love to put some information in here, but you know what I suggest first, Angie, is I would love to have a conversation with you and let's see where that conversation goes. If after that conversation you have a level of interest, I'll be more than happy to give you information. How does tomorrow sound for you? Come back to me and give me a couple of options. Did I not do that, Stuart? And guess what? She came back to me. Oh, how about 12 o'clock tomorrow? Now, I've never spoken to this lady. Never spoken to this lady. And guess where she lives, Stephen Wilson? Hale. in his town where he lives. And simply, I got on a call And I said, so, Angie, what are you actually looking for? So, tell me, how do you know Steve then? Oh, I know ready for this? I know his sister. She bought a timeshare from me when I was living in Marbella. Now I'm back and I'm in Old Trafford, and his sister walked past me. We reconnected, and she mentioned that her brother was looking at something in the health business. He hasn't even done anything. I got on the call, and then she tried to cross-recruit me into another network marketing business called Prove It, which is a ketosis. And she goes, you know what? I've been on this product. I've lost some weight, but I just don't know that, you got to subscribe, and it's £250 a month. I said, forget that, Angie. I said, what are you looking for? She goes, right now, I'm just really looking to get into healthy. So, okay, so you want to know more about my product. Okay, love to help you. Let me ask you a question. If there was a test that could, yes, I would. Next day, okay, so once I told her all this, I said, great, now here's some things now, some posture, right? Some posture. So if there was a test, Angie, that you and I could take that could show whether we were, and this is why you always want to have one of these. I've been training this today. If you're ever doing a Zoom, have a test and have a bottle in front of you. Why? It's energy. Hey, Angie, if there was a test that you and I could, and I'm tapping it. Hey, if there was a test that you and I could take that had 100% money back guarantee that could establish whether you were in or out of balance, would you take a look at a video? Yeah. Because that video, Angie, is going to show you all about this product. Look, my wrist, I can't stop it. This video is going to show you all about this product. Now, once you take the test, you can start taking this product, Angie. But if your test comes back that you don't need it, you just send it all back for 100% money. You send it all back. You can't do that when you text. Text has no energy. Guess what she just got involved in? Protocol. Only did that, the protocol. She goes, oh, you know what? I'm really interested in the business, but I want to try the product first. Of course you do, Angie. That's the smartest thing for you to do, right? Because that's what she wants to do. That's the smartest thing for you to do, Angie. Because you know what? Once you understood, you've tried the product and you've got the results, guess what? Your confidence in the product is going to be what, Angie? Yeah. And the confidence in the company is going to be what, Angie? Yeah. And the confidence of the person who recommended is going to be what, Angie? Yeah. So you know what I'm doing? I'm subliminally talking her through the process already. So that was a total cold contact, but it's so easy sometimes when someone's gifted something also, even though they don't know them, we can come off our process. We know how to invite. Stay true to the system and let the system work. If there was a test, so that's the customer one. So get 4 or 5 of you together. Hey, Stuart, pretend to ring me. Ring, 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 ring. Hi, who is it? And role play. Right? And then give each other constructive feedback. Hey, you know what, Stuart? That was great. Do you know what? But you know, what if we tweaked it just there? If you want to do it together, role play together, but particularly do it with people in your own team, because you can obviously, if you're working with each other's team, obviously that's where the volume is going to go. So do some role playing. And this is the business one. I love the business one. I'm straight business. You can get straight to the point. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Stay at the office. It's been 18 months, buddy, since we last spoke. How are the girls? Good. Hey, look, the reason I'm calling, that's for me is a clarity. The reason I'm calling is something's just landed on my desk. Now, I remember you used to play football when you managed. What are you doing now? Da, 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 da. So you still into the health arena and the fitness arena? Well, yeah, I try to keep, fit myself. Okay, look, can't promise you anything. But I've just aligned myself with a wellness company out of Norway. The founder is based there. The head office is in Stockholm. Last year, they did about 80 million euros in sales. They're about to open here officially in the United Kingdom, and they're looking for the first level of leadership. Can't promise you anything, but with your permission, I'd love to send you a 10-minute recorded audio of one of my partners, Sue Booth. It's an invitation audio, just so you can hear a 20,000-foot overview of what we're doing. If that piques your interest, I suggest we grab a coffee together online and I can give you some more information. If it doesn't pique your interest, Stuart, I want you to forget the whole thing. How many of you are using the influencer call? Right? I know how many people use the influencer call. I get a daily report. Because think about it. You may be a Steve Wilson. You may be an animal like Greg. You may be. The reality is Greg is Greg. Not everybody can be a Greg, but everyone can learn how to do an invitation. Hey, let the tool do the work. Hey, Stuart, if you're open, I'd love to send you a recording of one of my business, a link that or you don't even have to say recording. I've just even thought about it myself. You could send a link. I would love to send you a link of one of my partners who shares 10 minutes or less. Again, manage expectation. People will say yes to you, but they're actually lying to you. Yeah, I'll listen to that. Yeah, send it over. They ain't going to listen to it. Why? They think it's longer than it is. They're scared of what it is, but you've got to manage their expectations. So even though you're sending them a link, tell them what's on it. Tell them who's on it. Edify who's on it. Tell them what to expect from it. So when they're listening, they go, it's exactly what they said it was. Most people don't do that. Jeff, check this link out and wonder why we're not getting a response. Hey, Jeff, how are you? How's Sharon? Good. Hey, buddy, how's the things going? Yeah, I know it's been a while since we had Christmas dinner, right? It's been, where's the first quarter gone? Anyway, buddy, by the way, the reason I'm calling, I've just aligned myself with the wellness company out of Norway where the founders live, but their head office is in Stockholm. And they're about to launch here in the United Kingdom. They did about 80 million in sales last year, and they're looking for their first tier of leadership. I don't even know what project you're working on right now, but would you be open to listening to one of my partners who in 10 minutes will give you a 20,000-foot overview? If you like what you hear, I suggest we could get a coffee and explain further. What am I going to get? I'm going to get 3 responses. If you know you're going to get 3 responses, you can prepare for them. Not interested, Dave. Hey, not a problem, Jeff. I tell you what, I can't wait for next Christmas. It's only 8 months away, mate. I hope Sharon's going to put more potatoes on the plate this time. Just bypass it. I'm only looking for lookers. I'm not looking to convert. I'm not looking to drag. I'm not looking to coerce. I'm not looking to convince. Some people think that I invite different to Michelle. Some people think Sue invites different to Dave Atkin. We shouldn't be. We should be doing it with our personality, but we want the message to be consistent. No, I'm not interested. Not a problem, buddy. That's why remember, if you were open. Not a problem. That's why I asked if you were open. The thing what we also got to do is not take a no, not interested as a personal rejection. Well, it depends what it is, Dave. Exactly, Jeff. Sue Booth, a lady who's got many years of experience, she actually handles the brief overview in 10 minutes or less. I'll send you a link. As I said, simply click on it sometime this evening and I'll touch base with you tomorrow. It's like, Jeff, it's 10 minutes long. So would you be able to listen to it tonight? Great. Are you're housebound still like I am? Yeah. So what time are you sort of kicking off your day these days? 9? Yeah. So if I touch base about 9:30, see if that raised any questions. If it did, answer those. If you want to take it any further, we can. If not, at least you know what I'm working on. Do you know what I've just told him? I'm going to go and do it anyway. I'm moving on anyway. Jeff's decision doesn't influence my decision. That's so important, folks. That's the posture. That's the posture. Now, the positioning. Jeff, the audio is going to give you a brief overview. Sue explains it brilliantly. I mean, find what flows for you. Mine changes every time. but the meat of the message stays the same. Sue's going to handle it. And if you like what you hear, you know, when I get back with you tomorrow morning at about 9:30, answer some question. If you need to know more, tomorrow night, Jeff, her better half, kidding, Sue, kidding, I'm kidding. Her other half is actually doing a webinar this evening at 8 p.m. I'll send you the link. Nigel actually goes into a little, this is my term. Nigel goes into a little bit more detail. He puts a little bit more meat on the bone. Now, after that, you're going to have some good questions. And then we could get that. And if after that you still have an interest, I would love to get you with my partner who's helping me get this off the ground, Marco Passanante. And so guess what I've done? I've taken them through the process. Now, you don't have to take them through the process if they say yes at the front. But you've got to learn how to take them through, lead them through the process. Well, I can't make that tonight, Dave, but you get back to me. I can't make that tonight. Not a problem. With your permission, what I'll do for you, Jeff, is we've actually got a recording of Nigel who does this every Wednesday. Let me grab last Wednesday's. It's only 35 minutes long. I'll send it over. Would you be able to watch it this afternoon? Right? Guess what I'm doing? Nigel's speaking in the evening. He can't make the evening. So I'm asking if I can grab him the link and get him to watch it in the afternoon. I could follow up in the afternoon. He said, Dave, this looks really good. I said, well, you know what, Jeff? Look, Nigel is on tonight. I know you said you're busy. No, I can be on it. I can be on it. Oh, you know what, Dave? Dave, that looks good. Hey, just, I don't know, Jeff, if you want to join us tonight, that'd be great. But let me make a suggestion. Do you know anybody that could be open to being on the call with you? Because, yeah. Now, does it work every time? No. Does it stop me inviting Jeff like he's the first person I've ever invited with energy? No. Mimi says no to me. This is what people do. Mimi says no to, I've got it in. I'm so excited. Mimi says no to me. Oh, now, okay, I'm going to get my energy up. I'm going to go and talk to Mukesh. Mukesh, are you excited? Yeah, I'll be on the call. Oh, he's going to be on the call. He's not on the call. And all of a sudden, we get to a point, our invitation is emotionless. We've got to be, my very, second best friend, some of you know him, Bo Schultz. He says the challenge is your invitation has got to be the same every time, but the challenge is the look-in zone is here. You may be inviting people who are up here. They've just been promoted. They ain't looking. They may have just lost their job. They ain't looking. So you've got to catch people as they're coming down into the looking zone or coming up into the looking zone. But don't allow your mindset be affected by where they are. You stay in the looking zone. So to find out your two invitations, your customer one and your partner one, and just get good at it. If you need a role play over and over again, great. Then you do have, and I'll finish with this, the third party invitation. That's sitting down with Shan and Shan saying, look, I've got these individuals. And remember, this is how I position my getting started with people I work with. Stuart, Shan, Mimi, Jeff, whatever. Hey guys, look, we're going to go and help you get some customers. So let's make a list of those people. But now we're going to start your company. We're now going to put your first board of directors together. Who are the board of directors you would love to be on in your business if they said yes? Well, so-and-so, but they just wouldn't be interested. They just wouldn't be interested. And for those who've been on my calls, on one-on-ones or presentations with people or getting people started, you'll hear me say over and over again, I'm going to use Lauren as an example because I can see Lauren. All right. I'll say to Lauren, I'm talking to Lauren and she's getting excited about the opportunity or the product. Or I say, Lauren, let me ask you a question. Have I offended you in any way with what I've shared with you? No. If anything that I've shared with you, have you agreed with to a degree that you think, yeah, I mean, that makes logical sense? Yeah. Yeah, Dave. So Lauren, would you be comfortable if I spoke to people on your behalf that you knew? Oh yeah, I'd love you. Now I've got to go and get her list. Now this is what I'm going to say. Now work with them. Hey, so put down 10 or 20 key people and let me tell you what I'm going to say to them. So because I want your permission, but I want you to be on the call with me so you can learn. Hey, Michelle. Is that Michelle? Yeah, Michelle. Hey, Michelle, this is Dave Eisen. You don't know me, but actually, I was just actually had a coffee with Lauren, and she's working on a project. And I actually asked her, I said to her, who do you know that's business, entrepreneurial, into health, and would be at least open in receiving some initial information to see if it was a level of interest to them? And she mentioned you. Well, Lauren had no right giving you my, well, I'll give you her regards and I apologize for disturbing you. Right? I've taken the bullet for who? Lauren. Yeah, actually, I saw, you know, I haven't seen Lauren for about 4 months. Yeah, she mentioned that. But you know, she's working on this project and it's in the wellness sector. And right now we're looking for some sort of influencers, which apparently you fall into. May not even be for you, but she said it'd be worth giving you a call because we have an initial information that I'd love to send you. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to commit to anything, David. It depends. Absolutely, Michelle. Where am I going next? Where am I going next? Hey, Michelle, what I want to do for you is with your permission, I'm going to send you a link to a recording of my business partner, Sue Booth, who handles a 20,000-foot overview about what we're about to do here. And if that piques your interest afterwards, I'd love to get together for a coffee and give you more information. So it doesn't matter if I'm going cold, warm, best friend, I'm still on the same path. If it's third party, I use third party to get me in, but I get it back onto the path I'm comfortable with. Yeah, absolutely. Dave, you wouldn't believe this. I was only speaking to a friend of mine saying with things they are right now and the way things are that we need to be open to something, or, you know what, you caught me at a good time. Hey, Michelle, I'm not going to promise you anything, but right now, if I may, with your permission, what I'm going to do for you is going to send you a link where there's a 10-minute overview. If that piques your interest, I suggest maybe it's only 10 minutes. Maybe you could listen to that in the next hour or so. And why don't we get back together this afternoon? I'll be able to give you some more information. That's what I do over and over again, over and over again. So I close it with, there's no magic bullet. There are scripts in here. They're very flexible. But I think the biggest thing is find a group of people and become accountable. Be accountable. Pick 4 or 5 people. Set each other little goals. Hey, who's going to be the first to make five appointments? Who's going to be the first to get to 5 customers? Who's going to be the first to sponsor their first partner this week? And remember, as you're doing that, you can also, as your confidence grows, you can also use each other for 3 ways because the prospect doesn't know. Together, you could be lining up 3 ways for your leaders, you know, the Nigels and the Sues and the Steve Wilsons and the Jeffs and everybody else. You can start lining up the 3 ways. And this is the biggest thing. Even when you do get good, don't try and close on your own. Now we do, because people go, yeah, I'm ready to get started. Oh, great, great, great. You know what? If I get someone started because they're that keen, I still say, hey, great, let's get you started, Warren. But you know what? Hold on a moment, Warren. What are you doing, Dave? Marco, I'm just getting Warren started. You can jump on a Zoom, could you, and say hi? I still use 3 ways. Why? Marco comes in and brings in credibility. We were just getting someone started before this earlier on, And I want to let you know, even our national sales director makes mistakes. He was on our 7:30 call at 6:30. I was doing a getting started trading. And Steve, yeah, there he's smiling. Steve joined the call and I went, hello, Mr. Morley, what are you doing on the call? I said, it's 7:30. Oh, Steve, don't go anywhere. We're just getting Lisa started for Fitz. Well, Lisa, I cannot believe, what'd you do? Folks, you've got to think. Edification. I've got an opportunity here. Lisa, I can't believe it. This is the national sales director for the United Kingdom. Steve, say hello to Lisa. How did that make Lisa feel? And Steve welcomed her, said, you're in great hands. And guess what he did? He returned the edification. It's about working as a team. So hope that was of some value. There is no magic bullet. And Jeff, I'll close with Jeff Lehman's actual words today. He said, Dave, you know, I've just got to get on and do it. And the more I do it, the better I get. But you've got to get doing it. And that's why the Go-Getter Tracker is so important. If you're not going and watch that Go-Getter Tracker training, that's on YouTube under training. Teaches you how to be accountable to your inviting, the showing the plan, etc. There's so many tools and resources in one place that Sue's put together for you to use a resource. So hope that was helpful. Enjoy your bank holiday. This is an ongoing thing. So don't think that's it. If you want to do one-on-one calls, I'm here. Your upline's here. If you want to say, hey, Dave, look, I've got 2 or 3 people. Could we have a training together and actually do some role playing? We'll do that too. Because the more we expose, the faster we're going to grow. And know, as we finish now, we're not the only team in United Kingdom. Steve Morley is speaking to multiple teams now because he's being called onto calls with other teams with 30, 45, 15. We're not the only ones. So guess what? Let's up our invitation skills and speak to many as fast as possible. Okay? Have a blessed evening. Hope that was helpful. Reach out for any help, support, and we all are in this together. There are no individuals that should be isolated. We all work together, but we don't know who needs help unless they ask for it. Okay? Enjoy your evenings. God bless everybody.